In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at checking. First of all, body checking and then stick checking. To start this example, we'll have the coach chip a puck to the corner, and we'll have the left winger break from the face-off dot, move in from the right-hand side, and pick up the puck going about 14 kilometers an hour. After picking up the puck, the winger will make a move to the left and then cut back sharply to the right, cut back to the left, cut back again to the right, and then move along and then move into the boards. And you can see in 2D you want that player to go about a third of the way into the boards to give the impression that the player is actually going up against the boards when you watch it in 3D. We'll now hit the dump key and move the puck out as if the player is losing the puck while getting checked by the defender. Now let's start the defender. We'll start the defender about a half a second behind the forward. We'll move the defender along backside towards the back shoulder of the forward, and you can see that here that the defender is slightly ahead of the forward. We want the defender to be slightly behind it, so we'll slow that defender down to the first time the winger cuts back. We'll then make a sharp move to the left and to the right where the next cutback is. We'll adjust the last timing point to keep that defender on the back shoulder of the forward. We'll now make a sharp move to the left and then back to the right and move across and then move into the winger, forcing that forward into the wall. And you want to have the checker go about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way into that player to give the impression that we're making a full body check in 3D. Now we move the last timing point to have that defender arrive there at exactly the same time as the winger goes into the wall. Let's check that out now in 2D. As the defender moves into the wall, he separates the player from the puck. Now in 3D animation, you can see the positioning of the defender is very good, just off the back shoulder, mirroring the skating of the attacking player, and then moves in and checks the player off the puck. Now to finish this action, we'll click on the defender, and you can see that we're coming down here at this point. We want to add 2 timing points because as that player checks that forward into the wall, there's going to be a slight hesitation before the defender leaves the wall to go pick up that loose puck. So we'll move that last timing point about 0.3 seconds. We'll then move that player along at about 13 kilometers an hour. We'll now take that puck and then we'll set the time and the speed till 14 kilometers an hour, move up towards the line, dump the puck back into the pile of pucks, and then line up again. Now for the forward to finish the action, the forward cannot leave as the forward is being pinned by the defender. So we'll set the speed first of all 14 kilometers. We'll add 2 timing points, move that last timing point to the point where the defender leaves to go recover that loose puck, at which time the winger can now release and move back into line, feeling shame after having lost that puck to the defender. Let's take a look at that in 3D. The skating position of the defender is good. The timing, as you can see, a slight hesitation as the defender strips the forward of the puck, takes the puck, and moves back into line. Now let's move to stick checking. First of all, we're going to start the center skating at about 10 seconds. And what the center is going to do is skate around that tire and take a pass from the coach as the left defenseman moves out, moves around the tire, and defends it one-on-one. So again, we'll click on the left defender, move that first timing point ahead till 10 seconds so that defender starts at the same time as the forward. We'll have the defender come up and start the pivot. But as you can see, the defender's there a little bit early, so we're going to take that last timing point and slide a little bit to the right so that the defender is there in the correct position. We'll now pivot and move backwards, back into the position where we want the defender to make the poke check. Now the difference when stick checking is, first of all, you want to set the defender into place and then the offensive player. When we're doing body checking, we first had the offensive player in motion and then adjusted with the defensive player. So now the coach has already taken a puck. We'll add 1 timing point to move the point of passing to the point where the centerman comes around the tire. We'll make a pass to the center. And then we'll have the centerman come all the way down to make contact with that defender. And both players move in a position where both circles are almost touching. And in 3D mode, that means that they'll be pretty much stick to stick. At that point, the defender will make the poke check. So let's just check the timing on this. You can see before making any adjustments, the defender is in that position a little bit before the forward. We move it back and forth, and you can see we have to adjust the speed of the defender so that the defender arrives at that spot exactly the same time as the forward to make the stick check. So what we do is we activate the defender. We move that last timing point to the right. As you can see, the forward moving towards the defender, and at the point where that forward comes directly in contact with the defender, that's when we can move to the next part and have that forward lose the puck by clicking on the forward, clicking dump, and moving the puck out to the side. We now finish that action by having defender skating backwards at about 14 kilometers to make it look natural. And the same with the center. We'll have the center advancing as well at 14 kilometers an hour, a little bit ahead, realizing lost the puck, turning back to the outside. So we'll go back and we'll check the timing of everything now. We'll check it out first in 2D. Centerman comes down the ice and right at the top of the circles loses the puck. We get a very good view of that also in 3D animation, and you'll see that the positioning of the defender is perfect, and we have a stick-to-stick contact resulting in a lost puck by the forward.